It should have been gone by now. It's a trap. Someone set a trap. It's really sad that we live in a society like that. Peace out. Hotel. Okay, that picture right there is a place called Abu Simbel. It's in Africa. This right here is one of the many monolithic structures that Nile Valley civilization, melanated men and women. It's spelled Abusimbal. If you guys want to go online to find this, I'm holding this with my hand, so forget this shake. I'm doing my best. It takes a lot of work to put these things together, but I got mad love and energy, so I'm going to do it. Back to the point. You guys see the statue that's all destroyed and eradicated? There's 4 of them. I'm not going to try to tell you the name of the people in those statues right there. The personifications is something that won't register in my mind right now tonight. That's not why I wanted to show you this. I wanted to show you this so you can see the destruction of them. I want you to know that the Europeans went in there. The one that you see that is totally destroyed was female. I think her name was Hatshepsut, something like that. I'm not sure on that. If I could, that's what seemed like it's coming to my head, but I'm not going to be trying to act like I'm 100% correct on that. And I believe that that's Ramses, Ursa Ma'ad Ra Setep Ra the second. I believe it's the pharaoh sitting on that throne with that female goddess, dear pharaohess that I just her name I just mentioned. I think Hatshepsut. I think. I'm not sure. All right, as I said. Anyway, the invading intruder Greco-Roman Caucasian males so jealous of these accomplishments of us melanated people, and the fact that our women were rulers really disturbed them because they were all under patriarchal motive to change the whole format of Earth. So the destruction and eradication of the female being revered as something other than just what pretty much the woman is now, just really pushed around and treated like shit, even though she's the one that birthed everybody. I just can't understand that concept. It's really disturbing to me. I believe that's the main reason for the earth being in ruin the way that it is, because you don't know how to appreciate shit. If you can't appreciate the woman that birthed you, I understand why you can't appreciate the planet that sustained you, or the other people that live on the planet with you. How could anyone find something like this and destroy it? I want you guys to tell me why any person who would destroy some brilliance of artwork like this should be able to open up their mouth and say anything to anyone and actually have someone listen to them. Those got to be some freaking idiots that would do that. Some very selfish, childish, immature wannabes that can't stand that somebody was able to do this, and to this day they still haven't been able to pull it off. And these ruins are all over the planet, and when they find them, they're going to tell you Olmec, Mayan, Inca. They're going to tell you all kind of shit. Everything, Polynesian, everything other than, yeah, this is the melanated man and woman. They are the oldest people on this planet. We should revere them. They are our mothers and fathers. No, they want to walk around here and fabricate bullshit lies about them being, well, we all know the lies about the Holy Bible and all that. We already know. I ain't even going to go there. I'll be back. I'm going to show you some more of that damage. I'm going to find Hormacket. You see what they did to the female there? That's not it. See, the Christian story tells you about an event where invaders, intruders came into the temples and destroyed all of their temples in Jerusalem. That's not what happened. They went into all our temples in Jerusalem, which was the land of the Canaanites then, and they destroyed all our temples. Just then they did the same thing in Egypt. You can see the ruins still remain. You don't think the people who painstakingly built all this stuff destroyed it, do you? And I want to point out to you how they just overlooked the males and spent every ounce of energy that they had to totally destroy that woman. Couldn't stand her sitting on that throne. And again, you can see she's on the side of her man that his heart is on. Just like you see in the statue with Asar, Aset, in her room. She's always on the side of his body where his heart is at. Always. They couldn't take that. That was just too much divineness going on. They wanted, you see, they left the one with the two men sitting next to each other right there. They didn't have one problem with that. That's why they didn't get destroyed. They like that faggot shit like that. But in this case, it wasn't no faggot shit going on. There was just one family of rulers where there was actually 3 male rulers in one family. Ain't that powerful? Now, you know Europeans cannot have no shit like that. Y'all would have cut each other's throats so fast. But my thing is, not only did those 3 males sit there with the diligence of getting it put down, because I know that other statue sitting over there on the other side cannot be female, or they would have destroyed it too. Take my word for it. I'm sure of that. Okay, I'm going to find another picture. Hold on. Okay, I was able to find one. As you can see, that's Hormacket right there. What the Greeks later came after they destroyed all the people that was running Kemet and murdered everyone and took control and set themselves up on the throne. They changed it and started calling it the Sphinx. But the original name of the builders who manufactured it, paid for it, and did the painstaking work to erect it, called it Hormacket. So that's what I'm going to call it. I don't really think that since the Europeans went around the world and forced everyone to be their slaves, that they had a right to just change the names of everything and call them what they want to. Everybody out there can go along with that if you want to. But me, myself, I'm going to pay respect to the people who worked so hard to build this thing, and I'm going to call it what they called it, and that's Hormacket. So if you ever hear me say Hormacket, you can think Sphinx if you want to, but that's what I'm going to call it, Hormacket. Oh, by the way, I don't think I want to call it any name that anyone who took the time out to ruin this thing after it survived so many years. So many years it was there for the world to come and just be in awe of its splendor and its greatness and its magnificence. Until, of course, the Europeans went out there and shot the fucking face off with their cannons. I ain't got nothing to say. It was this guy right here did it. Him. Now this is the guy they should have right on the picture with. It should be him, Christopher Columbus, Jesus, the Pope, and that angry God that's on the cloud looking all mad at everybody. You should have a picture of all of them together. And you should just show the whole world what we have to look forward to as people that we can all look up to for enlightenment. Because they all do kind things. Let's see, Jesus gave us hell after he died and then rose from the dead. Because he tricked everybody. He didn't stay dead. Now death is looking for somebody to be there because death had made reservations for somebody. And you're supposed to stay there forever, but then he shows up and leaves. Now death is confused. Death is saying, now wait a minute, something wrong. Not to mention the hell thing after he give us his let's forgive everybody, but then he builds hell for sinners to go to. He don't even know how to forgive himself. I ain't even gonna waste a lot of time on that. Then this guy, you can look at him. It speaks for itself. I ain't gonna say nothing. It speaks for, they always get these homosexuals and get them a bunch of guns, and you know they're gonna hate black men because they could just go around the world and see their incompleteness in the black man. So of course everything about the black man got to be fucked up by them. Shot the thing sitting in the desert, ain't messing with no one. He go out there and shoot the nose off. That's the decadence of our world. The destruction of trees, the destruction of water, the destruction of the whole race of melanated God and goddesses that the universe put it on this planet has been destroyed by these type of activities from these people. That's all they've done since they've been here. That's the only thing they've contributed to the world, and want to lie and talk about them civilizing everyone and everything. But what's civilized about going into someone else's land, blowing up their merchandise, enslaving them, murdering them, all that? Nothing is civilized about that. Those are civilized. Lies to civilians. That's what they are. Civilian lies. Nothing about civilization. This guy right here, when I would have looked, if I would have been somebody that was in position to decide whether or not he was going to be given a military control, just because of that garment, that outfit he got on right there, I would have had his ass court-martialed and hanged. And that's really the truth. He ever would have walked his ass up with me with that little gay ass shit on, I would have known not to give him no guns, because he might go into the desert and destroy something like that, what he did. And I would have been wise enough to see the freaking idiot that his ass was just by him having the nerves to wear that shit he got on right there. Well, look, everyone, I found God. There's your picture of God right there. That's what it says. I didn't make that up. That's what it says. Don't get mad at me. I went looking for that picture because I wanted to prove to you guys that he really has that angry face I was telling you about. Okay, now I'm going to read to you what the good people has to say about God. Alright, it says, there's two pictures for you guys right there. It says, God usually refers to the single deity in monotheism, or the monist deity in polytheism. Polytheism means more than one, and mono means one. Okay, polytheism, God is often conceived of as the supernatural creator and overseer of humans and the universe. Theologians have ascribed a variety of attributes to the many different conceptions of God. The most common among these includes omniscience, infinite knowledge, omnipotence, unlimited power, omnipresent, present everywhere, omnibenevolence, which is perfect goodness, and divine simplicity and eternal and necessary existence. God has also been conceived as being incorporeal, immaterial, a personal being, the source of all moral obligation, and the greatest conceivable existence. These attributes were supported to varying degrees by the early Jewish, Christians, and Muslim theologian philosophers. Many notable medieval philosophers and modern philosophers have developed arguments for and against the existence of God. Okay, what they're saying right here is that, first of all, the European God is inconsistent with a whole lot of the attributes that a God should have. Okay, now I'm going to go read it again, and you guys let me know if the God that gave a description of what he wanted his people that he was delivering from bondage to do when they go into the land of all the lands that I described in the book of Deuteronomy. In case you guys don't know, right after I read this, I'm going to go get that Bible and I'm going to read it so that all coexist with each other. Okay? God has also been conceived as being incorporeal. That means immaterial. That means that he would never ever try to make you build a world around yourself where you need materialism to feel like you're somebody. A personal being, the source of all moral obligation. Moral obligation means that you will not have a God who will put you to the test to see if you'd be willing to kill your son for his love. That is not a moral obligation. That is not a moral action. That is an action that is based off of egoism. Okay, in the greatest conceivable existence, all right? The greatest conceivable existence would not be an existence where you have to fabricate an army of people to tell them to